When you wake up in the morning, what is the first thing you do?
Get out of bed.
Yes, exactly. You look at the clock. Our day is so organized by time, and we don't even think about it. Each hour of school is specifically organized by hours, and it goes even beyond the school day. Our society is organized by the years of time. If you show up late to an event, there's a negative connotation that follows you, and oftentimes we see conviction in the same way. In society, we find a need to have a yes or no, a one option or the other. You see this in politics, Democrats or Republicans. And in conviction, it's oftentimes if you conform or if you don't. But I want to remind you that your goals are always changing. They're ticking like a clock. They're not meant to be seen in the same way. They make you who you are and they change. And oftentimes, this is something that we see. We see the clock. You all are clocks. And we try to set our clocks to the same tick as each other's. We try to find a norm when there really isn't one. We try to fit our goals towards each other's. A deep desire for connection often drives us to abandon or to compromise our convictions. And the experiment that truly displays this is the Asch experiment. It was done in 1951 by a psychologist. And he made the test available for people to sign up for a visual perception test, or so he called it. He had a group of colleagues that would come together, and he chose them to choose the wrong answers. He asked them to pick purposely the answers that were wrong. He was testing one person at a time. The test involved two cards. One that had 3 lengths on them, labeled A, B, and C, and he would pull up other cards, and the group would have to match at the same time which card matched the best with the lengths. When they answered together, almost every time, the person that was being tested would choose the wrong answer to fit in with the group. Maybe this is because they didn't think they were well enough informed, or that they saw it wrong. But psychology says that people fear the opinions of others, and that we base our opinions off of what we think other people will see in us. Schooling is something that truly shows us as well. People who have a higher self-esteem will tend to go farther in school. And those who have lower self-esteem, in my opinion, seem to be the ones that have a slower tick to their clock. They don't view themselves in the same way, and it has a psychological impact on them. They will have an internal battle, like the gears inside of a clock, that will constantly affect them in their decisions. Age, culture, location, and social status all play key roles in one's willingness to conform. And I would like to remind you that, just as I've shown you here, clocks aren't meant to be the same as conviction. They're not meant to be the same to everyone else. That I challenge you to the next time you look at the clock to not only see a time, but to see a reason to be different.